my next guest joining me tonight here on Punky's MixTape is coming out of Regina, Saskatchewan. Unlike everybody, welcome to the show, Hiding from Humans. How we doing, everyone?
Good, man. What's going on?
How's it going?
Doing well. Staying warm. It's starting to get that, not quite into the bitter cold, but we're slowly moving there here in Maine.
What's the temperature there?
I think right now it's like 26.
So that's cold. That's cool. That's about like -5.
That's like what it's here.
Yeah. It's about
It's not much different than we're barely colder if at all.
All right. So we're both starting to feel that frozen grip of hell that is winter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad here.
I can only imagine in that part of Canada.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't know how else to put it.
So for my guests that may not be familiar with the band, introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit about you.
So I'm Paul. I play drums, and
Your influences, maybe.
my influence. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my influence actually. So as a drummer, obviously, Bill Stevenson from Descendants All has always been a huge influence on me. So that's sort of what has always inspired me from playing drums. And I'm going to kind of pass this on to Curtis, the guitar player here.
Well, he already introduced me. My name's Curtis. I play guitar. Yeah, it's a little bit of backup vocals. I try. And this is Danny.
Well,
You didn't do your influences.
Oh, my influences? I don't know. I would say with anything from. Well, he didn't ask for the influences, by the way. He just decided.
Oh, I always appreciate the extra information.
He mentioned it in a way. That's why I said that.
I would just say, just in general, the late '90s, early 2000 pop punk is all those bands is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And like steal shit from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, eh? Yeah, so I'm Danny. I'm the singer and I play rhythm guitar. It's really similar to Curtis. I am very early 2000s, 90s pop punk, a lot of Saves the Day, a lot of Millencolin back in the day, AFI, stuff like that.
And we're missing our bass player, Chris.
Yeah.
He's
also a huge Descendants fan as well.
Yeah,
right?
and I'll probably speak for him, and I shouldn't, but I will. I think his main influence is Carl Alvarez from All in Descendants, but he's not here today. So
It's hard not to be a big Descendants fan, honestly.
right.
Is it though? I'm just kidding. I don't listen to it much, but
I've always enjoyed them. I've got no complaints on this end. So obviously you're a pop punk band. How long have you been together now?
I think, I don't know. It seems like every time somebody asks us this, we decide about a year and a half, maybe a little longer now, but about a year.
About May 2019 is when we
Yeah.
we
go with that.
So
actually
it's a little over a year.
started playing.
Late spring, early summer 2019.
Yes.
We were found in a vineyard in northern Canada.
Yeah.
Vineyard. Drinking copious amounts of wine.
We were barefoot and we were running through the hillsides when we decided to band together.
We were caught by a net.
Yeah.
There's a hunter.
Just a big net. It's like, you're a pop punk band now.
I caught myself a band. That's how we became.
That's exactly how people get banded together.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hell of an origin story. But how did you guys come to forming the band?
So I kind of recruited. I was jamming with a bunch of other guys earlier on, and we were sort of looking for a vocalist. So I recruited Danny to come sing for us, and so that kind of fell through in the early part of 2019, and so we sort of decided to kind of continue on with this project.
Yeah, like the other guys left, and him and I were like, well, let's see if we can find other people to fix this void here.
Yeah, and so obviously, Dan, if you want to talk about Curtis, bring him in.
Yeah, so Curtis and I also, we were in a band, a pop punk band we had some form of traction, I think, for a while there, called Almost Alien, also out of Regina.
That's a plug there.
Yeah.
That's on par, but we did. That was the name of the band we were in for a long time, for years. And so he was also not really in a band or doing too much at the time. So I got a hold of him. I was like, hey, the guys I'm jamming with, our guitarist left. Bassist is gone too now. Well, the bassist didn't leave actually until right after you showed up.
Yeah, I showed
Weird.
up.
Yeah,
Something to do with Curtis.
Yeah, I think he left because of Curtis.
No, we're
Brutal.
nothing to do with it.
Just
But
too
no,
good.
so
Too
that's
good
why.
looking. He was pretty good looking, but then I came in and I was like,
Right, yeah.
And it's like,
No competition. No
gotta
competition.
go.
Yeah. Most you're gone.
Fucking handsome. Get out. Get out.
Yeah. There's only room for one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that. Aside from the jokes, that is how it happened. I just asked Curtis to come in, and
Yeah. So
he was down.
So Curtis came in, and then like I said, Chris, our bass player, I've known him for like 20 plus years. He's been in the music scene in Regina here for a long time. So he was an easy fill in for sure to come in and be like, hey, yeah, I can step right up and actually it was actually funny how it happened because
he played guitar for a bit.
He tried out on guitar. Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried out on guitar before Curtis came out. And it just wasn't a good fit.
Well,
he
had not been playing guitar long, as
Yeah.
he told us. Like, he had only recently picked it up, but he'd been playing bass for years, and I had no idea that he was a bassist when he's playing guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, he wasn't bad at guitar, but I was like, but then when he came in to play bass, I'm like, okay, well, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah, right. A bass is playing guitar,
He's-
right? You know?
Yeah, I'm like, you're so good at bass, buddy.
So that's kind of how we formed.
Yeah, that's really is the end of it. The end of the story, because Chris was the last one.
Nice. So you got all the pieces together and, figured out exactly where everyone felt right in the band. And what's the road been like, before COVID and all the lockdown shit? What were things like for Hiding for Humans?
The thing is, we didn't get a chance to even play shows, because back then we were mostly into writing, and it was a slow process at first because of certain people's work schedules and stuff, mainly me. Like, I wasn't always around and stuff. But then this year we recorded our album even in the middle of COVID. Like, we had to obviously talk to the engineer and the studio and stuff, make sure everything was good because of the virus going on and stuff. But
Basically,
Like-
just all of 2019, we were just writing new shit
yeah,
and or learning the old songs that these guys had written, and then we just kind of brought in new stuff, and then I guess just kind of didn't really scrap, but put the other ones on the back burner, and then
yeah.
just
We started to go with what came naturally as the four of us, rather than the old stuff, essentially.
Yeah, I think early 2020 is when we kind of sort of developed our sound.
Yeah,
We kind of found our sound.
Yeah.
and then
And then COVID happened. So
yeah.
and then trying to juggle recording during lockdown was like it was kind of like
Well,
challenging.
because it was, yeah.
When did you go into the studio?
End of July, I think. Yeah,
July.
end
So
of
like,
July.
yeah, like right into the thick of it then. So not even
Yeah.
like right at the beginning as we're all figuring out, like right in the
Yeah,
fucking
that's
Yeah,
grasp of it
like-
all.
Exactly.
Like I started reaching out to a few people back in I think April, end of April, like
Yeah.
end of April or May, beginning of May, like trying to find like, hey, who wants to let us come in and do a
Yeah.
recording session, because they're
Wasn't that
like,
easy.
and what we kind of found was like, because obviously with the shutdown or with the lockdown, everybody was like out of work, so they're really hurting. So they're like, hey, I'll take whatever, and so
It ended
it
up working
was-
out. We got some decent deals.
right, yeah,
And the guy who engineered our recording and recorded it for us, he also did some production. God, like, you couldn't have asked for
great
a
guy.
better guy. It was crazy. Justin Bender. I'll throw his name out there. Yeah, he's awesome.
Had a great time.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
time. Yeah.
and
Now,
originally
with
you're
with
the
all
only
the
one person in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say with all the restrictions and everything, how long did it take to do the album?
Well, I mean, I think in the studio it was about 3 or 4 days, and then
It was 3
3
days.
days.
Like,
It was a weekend.
We never
We did
hit
it
a
over a
fourth day.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
and then like the mixing part was like probably 2 months before we, it was back
Yeah,
and forth.
it was more of a back and forth between us and him to mix it and stuff. Be like, hey, can you change like this a little bit? And he'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, he had no problem.
Yeah.
He told us from the get go, any changes you want, effect wise, anything. Like,
I'm
just
sure he
let us
wasn't
know.
busy.
No, he didn't seem too busy. He was, but super good at what he does.
It was challenging though because of the COVID, right? Because when obviously we all wanted to be at the studio doing the mixing.
The COVID.
Mixing
the
and stuff.
COVID. Next
And,
week on Lonely, the COVID.
And we were not able to do that, so that was really challenging for all of us. He would send us back a track and we'd be like, the
yeah, and
vocals.
I was in Ontario for a lot of it too.
Yeah, he wasn't even like around
home, yeah.
at the time, and so we were sort of like everything was all done electronically, and it was by emails and texts, and it was really weird and strange how normally a recording session should go, and but it was cool.
Panned out very well. Anyway.
2020, it's a memory.
Exactly, it's 2020, and it's it's the goddamn future. You can message each other at an instant, just to
like what we are doing now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's awesome. Like it's amazing to see like the ways that people have overcome all these different limitations in order to connect with each other. Obviously things like this, and even recording an album. Yeah. So that's awesome. Now, how have you been maintaining throughout COVID, keeping up positivity? What are you doing to keep yourself busy? Obviously, doing stuff with the band. You said you've been working on obviously finding your more of a full sound with the new members, and then you recorded the album. But what have you been doing besides that?
Well, I mean, like we just released our EP last week, the 13th. Yeah. So that's sort of like fairly new, or we're still trying to pump that out and get some exposure with that. But I think in the last couple months, we've really been sort of focusing on new material. And we obviously want to get back in the studio sooner than later to record some of our new tracks and whatnot. And
so there's only a 6-song EP, right? So we're hoping we could get
a couple more.
Yeah, it's so confusing because a lot of bands, they take their EP and they make that part of their next album. Yeah. And then there's other bands who release a full EP and then release a full 12-song album or something.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. I'm like, I could do it, but
pumping out tunes.
Yeah. I used to be really good at coming up with things, but hard to find inspiration at like times like this, right? Where you're
depression.
When life's a joke.
There's definitely when you hit that like pandemic fatigue, when you just kind of and I think a lot of us are feeling it in different ways.
Is it the pandemic or is it just adulthood? Is it just a
little column A, little column B?
I mean, it doesn't help.
It doesn't. The pandemic does not help though.
Yeah.
No, like the constant adulting, and then just taking normal responsibilities, but then just putting all these different precautions and steps, and it's just it gets exhausting. But I mean, it's only way to get through it. But it's why I just don't leave the house a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a godsend.
Go get your alcohol.
Yeah, right. Go get your booze. Right. Yeah. Go back home.
Exactly. Get some booze. Go to the dispensary, which I'm sure in Canada it's legal all across the board. So
gotta get your weed.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you got to do to get through this quarantine. Busting out albums, making TV shows.
It's kind of like COVID's sort of like a blessing for us. Like we were able to actually like really focus on our music in the last this year. Like really we had a little bit more free time to do stuff and so I'm actually expecting a lot of like cool music from like different bands coming out like next year. I think a lot of people did a lot of writing and
also TV shows.
Well,
I can't wait to see certain TV shows takes like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, if you've ever watched that.
Oh, it's really funny because we're going through for like the 700th time again, and that's exactly I think we're on season 11 right now, and my better half, she's like, I wonder what Sunny's COVID episode is going to be because we've got a South Park COVID episode.
Best show that's ever existed.
And it's
except for Friends.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
come on. Friends? Yeah. Obviously.
No, I'm honestly curious on what their situation is going to be, because they had the episode where like the gang gets the flu, and then they do their lockdown episode.
The quarantine episode. They just had withdrawals though.
Exactly. They were just alcohol withdrawals,
Yeah, and he had At the bleach container full of like whiskey underneath the bathroom sink.
I mean, we never figured out what was at the bottom of that hole, right? Oh yeah. You may notice, but I share a stunning resemblance to Charlie Kelly.
Day.
Yeah.
Huh?
I can see
I
it
can
now.
see
Yeah,
it,
now
yeah.
that you started talking about it, yeah, it's pretty.
If you look on my Instagram, you can see an awesome version of Dayman and Nightman.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. I dyed a suit yellow, big sun on my back, had my buddy in a gi with the cat eyes. It was the best.
The cat eyes.
Oh yeah. He had the troll toll money. We had like everything down to the T. It was like the best night of my life. And
That's
people just
amazing.
stopping dead in the street to sing me the Dayman song is holding up
Do the song, yeah,
traffic.
that's what I was gonna ask. Do you do the song?
Do I do the Dayman song?
Yeah.
I'm not a very good singer. If I had that bleach bucket full of whiskey, entirely different story.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of curious to see like different effects of COVID. Like, nevertheless, like to kind of backtrack really quick. A lot of people have used this opportunity to kind of reprioritize themselves. So like you've been able to work on your art and be able to expand that. Other people on their writing or connecting with family or friends and in different ways. And I think if anything, this year has showed us to what's really important to us, and it's allowed us to give new perspective on something that we might have taken for granted in our everyday life, like spending time with our loved ones and friends, or actually having time to focus directly on your art. Because I don't know about you, but I was laid off for about 7 months of all of this, so I had nothing but time and focus to work on my new music, to work on my show, connecting with new people, doing stuff like this. So if anything, it's I think that's what we'll see, and especially like next year, like all the different things that are going to come out, like potentially like how Sunny going to react to this. We saw South Parks, or like all the bands, like the amount of focus that people have been able to put into their art this year. I think next year is just going to be just a flood of different things.
Maybe it will reset in 2021 and everything will just be
Right.
like 50 times better.
Right, just right out the gates.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
See,
Let's
yeah,
hope.
let's hope.
Let's hope. Yeah.
So
That's
Either that or it's going to be
I
like
spent-
2020. Yeah.
a lot of my time this year finding out how dumb the human race is, to be honest with
Well,
you.
yeah. I
The
mean, that's
people
every
like
day.
the deniers and the, you know what I mean? Like there's
science deniers and all that. Is that why you're hiding from humans?
actually yes.
Kind of,
Chris, our bassist, who's not here, came up with that. It was called hiding from humans because of COVID, right?
His brother actually, either he was messaging his
Asked him,
brother.
yeah, what do you up?
And he's
What
like,
have you been up to?
Yeah, what are you up to? And he's like, oh, just doing this and that, hiding from humans. And he's like, holy shit. And then he messaged us and he's like, what do you think of this? And everybody's like, yeah, I think that's
cool.
I
Yeah.
nailed it.
I was camping. With a
I like
bunch of-
it. I like it. It rolls off the tongue nice, and it says so much,
It
with
just wasn't
saying so
enough.
little.
Yeah.
it works out. That's pretty cool.
And at first I was like, oh, hiding from humans. And then I checked it out and I was like, oh, this is fucking perfect. This goes so well together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
obviously we just had the radio EP come out, and you also just shot a music video as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
We did.
Winch, yeah.
Tell us about putting that together.
What's that?
So tell us about putting that video together.
Oh, the video. It was actually
It was fun.
super fun. Yeah. Like it was a lot more simple than we thought. We had our friend of ours kind of direct it, record it, and everything, and he pretty much told us what to do, and we did it. Like he had an idea in his mind that he knew would work, and that's essentially what happened. Like
Yeah, we
just
didn't really
followed-
do anything.
We didn't do a lot other than follow his instructions, have a couple drinks, hang out, and pretty much going right on chalkboards.
That was cool. Like, so we actually,
Writing on chalkboards.
yeah, that was, I think that was cool because we actually, when we,
It was
when we looked at the location to shoot the video, it was actually kind of like right next door to where we jammed.
Yeah, like this wall actually
Behind us is actually
Right
where we
here.
shot the video.
is where that
So
room
this
is.
is one wall
Yeah.
away.
which is cool. But we never have been down there until the day that we kind of shot, and we're like, there's all these like chalkboards, and we're like, oh, this is cool. We can like utilize this, and obviously for Winge, there's like the la-di-da-di-da, parts, stuff like that. So that was kind of like easy to like draw on the chalkboard. And Curtis is a good,
My D's.
writer. He's a good writer. His D's are pretty good.
D's
are pretty good. He drops the chalk once in a while, but
that actually made for effect in the
it did actually. Yeah, so that was cool.
Purpose. That wasn't.
It broke off.
Okay.
Didn't drop it.
We're really excited to be able to share the video with everybody tonight. Obviously, you've been staying busy. Now I'm curious, how is COVID affected? Obviously, there's like no shows in your area right now.
I'm not sure. Like, what happened? Like, for a little bit there, it seemed like a lot of bars were about to start doing shows, but I'm not.
They're actually around here. It wasn't really that bad from like when it started. It kind of the numbers were a little bit high, and then throughout summer they went down. So like a lot of bars and everything.
Very little amounts, like single digits.
One a day, maybe.
Yeah, very small. Yeah.
And then that's just in our province. But
our city, yeah.
Yeah, I think Saskatchewan was.
Well, it was like 20s and 18s. It was
exactly.
It wasn't. Anyways, it wasn't bad. So the bars opened up and everything. There's been some shows throughout the summer and stuff like that.
Like social distancing shows, yada yada.
But like when winter hit, like the numbers have now skyrocketed. So like we're like in the 300s a day.
400, 400. Yeah.
Holy shit.
For the province, yeah. And then so people were doing live shows, bars were doing live shows and stuff like that, but with obviously restrictions like 50% capacity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm not sure what we just closed down a bar or
last week.
Didn't close down.
Yeah,
we actually played a live show and recorded it in a bar that closed. It's like
so they are normally open till 10.
Yeah.
And they closed at 8 to let us play on their stage and have a recording with kind of a local film crew thing.
Yeah, so we filmed just a live show, I guess.
Actually, it was a lot of fun to do. It turns out our bassist actually knows the guy who owns that bar too. He's a huge fan of the band. And no, it was cool. We played our set, pretty much our EP. Yeah. And then we added a couple new tracks into it, just, this for...
It's just kind of neat playing in an empty bar with
just a film. It actually was, yeah.
Just have fun and not really have to worry about fucking up or anything.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
play a show and feel on a stage again, out of your practice space.
It's literally the first show we've ever played, so it's like you got to don't be too critical. We practiced enough to be tight, but
it was cool to see, like playing to like the bar staff,
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the bar staff was all like a lot of them were sitting at the bar there, like having drinks and stuff, and the songs would finish, and it was like 6 of them that were like, woo!
Yeah,
cheering us on and stuff. It was actually kind of nice. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of my different bands that I've been a lot of my just first shows, and that was before COVID. So.
Oh yeah, and every
empty shows. No, we've all done that, man. You're
played in front of just the other bands.
Yes, just you played in front of the other bands. Yeah.
That's one of the problems of like living in like a northern rural area. It's either sometimes everybody comes out, or sometimes it's just the bands playing.
Yeah, it's not a happening city so much anymore. Yeah.
And it's fucking cold. So
it's so cold.
Nobody wants to come out.
No.
Yeah.
The occasional hardcore and metal show because people are so angry we're just gonna go and hate mosh each other to be still alive.
But to be fair, a lot of people might go there because that's the warmest show,
right?
Because of all the bodily energy,
right?
People run around hitting each other. It's gonna be nice and warm.
It's all all good things to look forward to. Be able to go at a show, actually not have to worry about like physically engaging people again, and like just have fun.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. That's the challenge right now. It's just I don't know when we're gonna see like back to normal, like playing shows.
It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be well into 2021 for sure, if not 2020.
That's just being realistic about it,
Yeah, like we're pretty much like right on like a second lockdown right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, I'm pretty sure it's probably the same out there.
Yeah, it's right around the corner for us here in the States. It really
Yeah.
is. So
Same here.
So what do you guys have planned for the future coming up? You said you're working on some new material. So what can we expect from Hiding from Humans here?
I mean, I think there's just, we're just doing a lot of writing and hopefully get it back in the studio in early part of next year, 2021. Hopefully get out and play shows, when we can, and just keep it going, keep the motivation going, keep the inspiration going, and
Yeah, because if you stop, you're gonna lose it. Probably.
Yeah, right.
Whereas we already have the momentum, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Like even before we just had this interview with you, we were in our jam spot. We had a quick jam there. We solidified another song and got some ideas going for a couple more, maybe.
That's all, And I'm the same way. If I slow down, then I just sink. I just got to keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
quicksand.
Keep swimming. Got to keep
Right?
swimming.
No, quicksand's the opposite. The more you move, the more you sink.
But
I don't know. Who cares?
I like
don't
the
care.
quicksand or the quicksand. anyway.
What?
So-
That's I didn't even realize that. No, that's literally the name of one of the songs I just realized.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new track from us right away here. So
Oh, look at that little
That's
Hiding from
I didn't do
Humans
that
sneak
for-
peek.
we didn't do that on purpose. Though.
I didn't do that for it's so
No
weird.
pun intended.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Oh man. Well, before we part ways, where can we find your music online?
The internet.
He said online.
That's the best fucking answer I've heard.
Oh,
Where can I find? No way, I'm leaving that.
Yeah.
That was gold. Where can we find your music online?
It's the end. Just to show me, just cut it.
That's it. End of the episode. It's on the internet, loser. We're out.
Yeah.
Paul's got it all. Let's hear Paul say.
No, you can go ahead.
Really?
Yeah. I'll let you go.
Okay, we got our music on Spotify, obviously. The whole EP is out now on there. You look for Hiding from Humans. Hidingfromhumans.bandcamp.com. And that's the only two places that I care about. So let's see what Paul
Let's
says.
It's all on all major platforms.
Yeah,
It is. It's on
really
Apple
all-
Music.
all
It is.
major,
It's on Google Play Music and all that stuff.
Is that what you're supposed to say?
Yeah.
I don't
all
know.
major. All
And
major.
give us a like, give us a follow
Hello, it's
on
me,
Instagram.
Major Platform.
Yeah.
And,
What are you doing, Sergeant Platform?
Okay, you do it. You know it.
I don't know. Okay, so you can find the radio EP on Bandcamp and Spotify and all major streaming platforms.
Is that true?
That is true.
Sure.
And so give us a like, give us a follow, and
Check us out on
Check us out.
MySpace.
yes,
Yeah,
MySpace is up and
MySpace,
coming.
man. Yeah. Welcome to 2009.
We have an Angel Fire site.
Angel Fire, yeah.
GeoCities, there we go.
Oh yeah. Check us out on GeoCities and Angel Fire.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people said geosites? They always called it geosites. I'm like, it's
Just
GeoCities.
Yeah, but it is sites.
It's cities. Oh my god.
This is the whole Berenstein mandala effect thing.
The mandala, yeah, like with the Berenstein Bears.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's-
Do you know the song with the Mandela effect?
No.
You guys don't, do you? No, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Look it up. It'll blow your mind.
No, I say Bernstein.
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 I say
Bernstein
Bears.
Bears.
You guys are a victim of the Mandela.
Yeah, okay.
I hate to tell you.
Okay.
Any parting words before we say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Thank you for having us.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
It's
No,
been a
it's
good
fun.
night.
and I love the name, by the way. I think I said that earlier, but
Yeah.
Punky Bruiser is fucking hilarious.
That was a pretty
Yeah.
good. That's a pretty good.
I made a boy version of my childhood crush, obviously of Punky Brewster. I'm in my 30s. I had the biggest crush on her as a kid. It was like my first crush, and I was
Really?
came up with my electronic handle, and it seemed fitting. It was a proper homage.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, we definitely like it. This is kind of a leap here too, by the way. I was gonna ask. I'm just curious. There's no way. I'm guessing this is a long shot, like I said. But are you a Star Wars fan by chance?
Oh,
What?
I don't
No.
know. Am I a Star Wars fan?
You have a cat.
Yeah, I'm over the Star Wars now. Can you show me the cat?
Now I'm looking at your cat.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Red Rock.
Yeah.
It's
How
a
they
red
go.
rock.
It's a red
As
rock.
you get
rock.
older, sometimes it's harder to unsheath your lightsaber on the call. Sometimes you need supplements in order to enhance your lightsaber.
Yeah.
You'd be like Kylo and have little handle like safety rails for your lightsaber.
Yes.
Safety rails.
That's awesome.
Yes.
What have I done?
Huge Star Wars fan.
That's awesome. What's your cat's name? Just because we saw your cat.
I didn't see the cat.
No, he's
What?
got a thing. He's got a cat thing.
He's got a
Yeah.
cat thing. But there's
Yoda?
no-
Oh yeah, the cat. He was there. We've got two. So you saw Toki,
Did you see him? I didn't see him.
like the guitarist from Death Clock.
Go get them. Get those cats for me.
Get my cats. Hold on. Where is?
I'm just kidding.
Awesome.
Man. No, you're good.
No, good.
Wait, how
I
many
mean, if you're
downstairs?
gonna do it, I'm definitely down. I wish I could pet them.
Oh, I do. Here we go. Funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just going to grab his pussy.
Oh, come here.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
what
I
it's
see
called.
the way you're thinking. Okay,
Can you
obviously
find
you-
him in the
yeah.
gutter, Paul?
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome.
What's up, buddy?
What's his
He
name?
is a big ham.
Holy,
He's a-
he looks
So we
big.
call those chonkers.
Yes,
Um,
he is a big chunker.
It's cute.
Look, it's like
Oh, yeah.
He
this
doesn't even
big
care, he's
loaf
just laying there.
Yeah, he just loafs out.
You
He
can
don't
check
care.
to check his pulse quick. Like,
Oh, he's alive.
Oh,
He's
he's
alive.
He's a big ham, though.
He looks like he likes cuddles.
he looks
Oh,
like
he's-
I'm your goddamn.
He's like the sweetest boy.
Oh,
Yeah. And we have a 2-year-old kitten running around here. She's full of hell, and that's Nami.
you know what I'm realizing?
What is it? Sorry, what was the
Nami.
name? Nami?
She's named, all our cats are named after cartoon characters.
Nice.
See, seeing you with your cat in your arms and stuff, I'm realizing it's so much warmer in your room than it is in our room right now.
Yeah.
Like I am. This is. Do you have no? There's no heat in here
It's
at all.
freezing.
We're freezing. Like this is ridiculous.
You're gonna have to snuggle up to survive.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
This is where we keep our musical stuff. Like this.
Very
This is
good
where we
for it.
keep our amps and everything. This is bad.
Well, that's good. Are they tubed?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
They actually are.
That's
They're all-
great. Oh man. So
There's heat. It's just not good heat.
Not good heat.
No,
Like
there's
a
no,
bad
this
heat,
has
you
been
know?
the best non sequitur goodbye. Like we went from Star Wars to cats to
Sorry,
exchanging
but-
body heat.
Sorry, we just went off the rails.
I'm,
You know,
I'm
Mark-
not because it's one thing I just won't edit out because it's just gold.
That's good. Let's let it
Yeah.
let it drag.
My guests this evening have been Paul, Curtis, and Danny of Hiding from Humans. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corey.
Punky, Corey.
Punky, Corey.
Punky Corey, Punky.
Here's what I know.
They're two sides to the same coin.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on.
Cheers.
Well, thanks for having us, man.
Well, thanks for hanging out. It's been an absolute blast.
Cheers,
Awesome.
buddy.
Take
Thanks
care.
a lot.
Stay
man.
safe.